Yeah, we're on, brother. Peace, peace, peace. This is your international sales and marketing hitman, your humble hip hop sales coach, Tiger Toledo. And you already know what it is, man. You're rocking with the best. You heard? I'm here with my brother Tech. And you, man, you already know. You guys gotta get the best of the best knowledge. Tech, holla at him, kid.
Yeah, man. This is what we do in the morning time, man. We wake up ready to put somebody in the chokehold. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you wake up and whoever competition across the town or whoever is out to get your customers, you block them right now. Right there. Just put the elbow right in the neck. Like, nah, man. There ain't no second place. Somebody called me. That's my customer. That's my client. That's my, this is how we wake up and do business, man. We start the morning off with like some fire, some heat. That way, when people call you, they can feel it. They know this is the person I need to work with right now. This is the customer. This is the notary company I need to work with. And, because I want to feel excited like that. There ain't no other way, Tiger, man. To be honest, it really ain't no other way to start the day.
I'm with you, bro. So go ahead, man. Keep the microphones live and hot, Tech, because I'm going to invite some people so they know that we're live right now.
Cool. All right, man. So yeah, this is the sales meeting, man. This is how we rock. This is how we roll. I'll share a little bit of information about what I'm going to do today, give you guys some insights, some background. Hopefully you guys walk away with something that you can apply into your business, man. But yeah, this is a conversation between us. That's all we do. That's how we rock, keep it live. But what's new for me today, I'm actually going to go back into the field today. I'm going back into the field. So I'm going to do an appointment. For me, I think long-term, I'm at that stage where, I've always been at this stage where I always thought down the line, the road, and kind of see what could potentially come out of this business. You said something interesting not too long ago. You talked about being in a reordering business and not just a one-off business, right? What was it? It might have been like the Paul Mitchell guy, creator. Can't remember his name, but he's the one who kind of brought up that idea. But you were saying being a reordering business. So I'm thinking down the line, how can Notary be a reordering business versus just a one-off? Because if it's just one-off, then that to me is like a job. Where if it's something it's got to be continuous, it's got to be ongoing. That's a business. That's something that's consistent. That's something that you can anticipate. So I'm thinking, how can I apply those concepts to what I'm already doing? I'm thinking long-term. I'm thinking repeat business. I'm thinking down the road. I'm not just talking about like passing out business cards or dropping them off, but how can this customer actually remember me the next time that a thought pops into their mind about something related to their real estate, their finances, their family, their legal? How can I be the person that pops into their mind whenever that subject comes into their head? You follow me on that? So I'm going to go back into the field because I'm interacting with a client. This is actually the second time I work with them. And the first time it was in 2021. So think about that. It's 2 years ago. I remember this person because the situation was they needed some power of attorneys. And you talk about this all the time. Power of attorney master class coming up this holiday. Somebody gets a power of attorney. So if somebody's getting a power of attorney, what do you got to ask yourself? Is that the only time that they'll probably need that? Or is there something, maybe that's just the first step in some process? So this is a situation in which this family contacted me and they had an elderly grandmother or elderly person that they're trying to get this power of attorney for. I show up to do the power of attorney. Grandma changes her mind right there. I'm at the door, Tiger, and she changed her mind. So they said, hey, I'm so sorry. She's not feeling well today. She wants to reschedule. And I say, no problem. I'll come back whenever she's ready. I'm on your schedule. I'm on your time. Mm-hmm. Now, we already been paid. Ain't that right? Right. So we've already gotten the payment in advance. We've already collected the fee. There is no cash. There's no check on. No, the this appointment's been confirmed by virtue of confirmed payment. So if you want to change your mind, I tell them right there on the spot, no problem. If she's not feeling well, I understand. We'll come back and we'll help, and we'll help you when she's ready. Just contact the agency, contact the office, and then let them know that you want to reschedule this. That was 2 years ago. Bro, that was 2 years ago.
Wow.
Now, check this out. She called me up. Like, she never called me back. I kept the $234, whatever it was. I say, call the agency. I gave them specific instructions, right? And on top of that, they also get follow-up emails. This is how we building automation and all that, what we talk about, creating and again, I'm always approaching this as a long-term client. This is the person who's not, this ain't just, I don't want this to be a one-off anyway. So after that appointment, they already got an email follow-up. You see that you canceled your appointment today, or you were unable to complete your appointment. Here is a link so that you can reschedule your next appointment, and just check from available times. If you don't see a time, call our office. Never did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now she called me back, and this is how I remember this moment. And when she sent me her email, I was like, oh, now I remember this person's name. She called me back, and it happened again. I sent another. Now I didn't go this time. She booked the appointment. Hey, grandma's ready. I sent so I say, okay, I don't remember. She said, I don't know if you remember me, but we tried to get her power of attorney done, and grandma wasn't ready. She wasn't feeling well. She's ready now. Good. All right. I sent another notary there, and it happened again.
Wow.
This time I didn't go. I sent the notary there. I get a phone call, and it's the notary. Says, I don't know if they called you or not, but they canceled the appointment, so they're not going to get it done. And I say, really? And then, yeah. So I'm just going to leave the house. Just want to let you know. And I just told them to call the agency or call you, and then get back. And so they canceled it again. Now, today will be actually. Let's hope they don't cancel, because otherwise today will be the day that this gets completed. Now, but here's how I'm thinking long term. This is why I'm talking about why every interaction, at least in the notary industry, I think in this unique industry, every interaction could play out this way. Because people who need notaries, it could just be a one-off, but when you're working with private clients and not just signing services and title companies and stuff, you're actually dealing with people's affairs, their personal affairs.
Mm-hmm.
Once this gets done for whoever is supposed to be completed for, a mom or something, what about the other people? What about the other people in this house who are going to be the witnesses, the parents, the daughters, the agents and things like that? What about these people? They don't need this information either. They don't need this help either. They see what's being done. They see how much, because I know that there's going to be witnesses there. So I normally would have just sent someone to go execute this appointment, but I'm going to go take care of this one. I'm going to see this one. They're going to get me. They're getting me. You know what I'm saying? Are your customers getting you? That's what I'm asking. So the sales meeting, I'm going back into the field today. That's what I have going on. That's my aim, or that's my idea as I'm walking into this appointment. These people, the help that they're getting is, when she called me back, she said, I don't know. She said the same thing. Hey, I don't know if you remember me. I'm like, yeah, I remember you. After we talked for a little bit, I do remember you, but she didn't call anybody else. She called me.
Yeah.
You're helping this person, you're helping this family, you're helping these people get through this, and you do play a special role in getting this executed and getting this done. Whatever they're trying to get done, you don't know what's involved, who's all involved, money, property, possessions, decisions. You don't know all the backstory, and I don't think you should be snooping around for that stuff anyway, because you're not there for that. But because it's not your business, that's not for you to decide or judge. whatever family issue they may have or may not have going on. You don't know what the situation is. It could be a loving environment too, but you're helping this family accomplish or do whatever that is. They may share with you that information. Of, oh, this really helped us make sure that the grandkids, get this possession. I don't know what it is, whatever. I'm just using that as an example. But the people who are the other people who are in those rooms, those are opportunities for you to also deliver that level of excellence and for them to experience that. And then also, because this is a recommendation business, like people make referrals and stuff like that. But word of mouth referrals is a little bit different for notary. I think recommendations versus referrals are a little bit different. Mm-hmm. I feel like the notary business is a recommendation business, whereas more of those life events, people purchasing homes, those are like, oh, you got to go work with, I'm making this is not a recommendation. This is a personal referral. Like, I've worked with this real estate agent and they were I've worked with this attorney before and they were fantastic. I worked with that company. I saw that movie, and Tiger, you need to go see it right now, right? That's a referral. That's it's personal in that case. Notary, I feel like, can fit both, but it's definitely on the recommendation side. But all the other services that you can provide, making this a long, sustainable business, right? Not just a one-off, not just a one and done, but a sustainable business. That's where those personal referrals and stuff, that's where you really start to grow.
I agree. But the only thing I would say about referrals is that it's unless you have created a system for it, it's hard to it's not a sustainable kind of because you never know when the referral is going to come in. You know what I mean? It can stagger in every month. 1 month you may get 10 referrals. Next month you might get 2. So, but referrals are fantastic because they basically, your clients already sold the product for you. So for me, when the referrals come in, I love them. But it's hard to base my company on referrals though.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if it's especially a notary company, definitely not. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think the margins really work in this favor. Home selling, maybe. I see what you're saying though. Unless you have a system built into it in which that you are able to produce, you can call it a lead, and then from that lead you can generate a referral. But something's got to be systematized in that whole equation, though.
Absolutely.
Like what's the initial input, right? Is it the lead? But you might be having to pay for the lead, which if you pay for a lead, let's say $6, I'm just saying, and then from that lead, because this woman right here, Google, right? How did you let us know? That's one of the questions I asked. Who referred you to us? And so we know who to thank. And then they say Google. So that means I paid for that. And then so I go to this appointment. Let's say there's 5 family members there and they each give me a referral. Look at that. Now that's different, right? But there still is a system behind that though, because I have to pay for the Google lead and then also following up with them and all that.
Yep, that's right.
That's real. But when you approach the notary business like that, or the industry rather, those are the type of outcomes and responses you can get. It's it's no wrong way to do it. There is no incorrect way to go about it. I think that, to me, if you really want to call it a business, then I think you have to have some elements of this. Mm-hmm. Now, I would go.
There's so many opportunities too. Like, when when I think about it, like, okay, so there's this new thing I'm going to be trying out, right? Which is I'm going to be offering vouchers, which I did it before, but I did it online. This time I'm actually going to be creating flyer vouchers for the customer. So when I go to their home, I actually drop that off. And what the voucher is going to look like is it's going to give them like, 20% off their next notary assignment, right? And what's going to happen is I figure since I'm in their most intimate setting, I might as well capitalize off of it. Now, I've been doing that with dropping a seed in their head as far as like, hey, have you guys considered a trust package, depending on the document that they're getting, right? Have you guys considered a trust package or a TODI or a last will and testament? You know what I mean? But now I never gave them a more of an incentive to push them to get it done even quicker. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to get like a bunch of them. The reason why is I'm going to add expiration dates on them, right? So it'll be something like, you got 30 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days to use this voucher, and then it expires and shit. To really push them to getting it done a lot sooner. You know what I mean? Because I'm already there.
Right. It would make sense for them to have you return back. So it's really just facilitating what they were already likely to do anyway. And it's funny, man, because people at the end of those, especially those big private documents, the families are so relieved. They get relieved. So if they're just, let's say there's 4 steps that they have to complete, and then they complete the first one with you, and then you help them by dropping off a voucher to get to step 2. It may be on the top of their mind, and that may just be what puts them over the edge to go get it done. Yeah, I agree, man. I can see.
And what made me think about it was a lady booked an appointment, and again, this goes to people that believe that you cannot get paid up front. This lady booked the appointment for Saturday, bro. You know what I mean? Like, she booked it yesterday and it's not set for Saturday. So it's like, one, when you guys look at it, she already paid for the fuel, the gasoline that's gonna get me there and then get me back home or whatever. And then she also paid for, whatever other expenses. So that would occur of me going over there. So when you guys position yourself to start getting paid up front, and Tech, you'll love this. I never talked to her. I never talked to her. It just like I woke up yesterday. Hey, you got an appointment at this time, and money's been deposited $1.48 for like a 1-page pension. So I was like, okay, nice. I did. So the only time I called was to confirm.
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa. This is Mark with US Notary. Just wanted to confirm your appointment. We got everything. We'll be meeting you at your home October 14th. Did you have any questions? The call was different now.
Yeah.
The phone call was completely different. It was just, hey, I'm just personnel confirming your appointment. We received your order. Now, Bernie, the notary bunny, confirmed it as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, your order went through successfully. I highly suggest that you guys get a success page. If you guys have any type of automation set up, because people, and this happened to me many times. People would say, I placed the order. And I was like, well, did you see any character at the end of your order? No, it just like they would tell me like they pushed the order and payment went through it. And I was like, nah, nothing came in on our side. So I had to eliminate this back and forth that I was having with these customers, man. And now, like, if you don't see Bernie, the notary bunny, your order did not go through, period. So I highly suggest that you guys get a success page and make it a little bit weird and shit and entertaining. Like if I was able to get a purple elephant, I'd put a purple elephant in that motherfucker and saying success. But other than that, man, like when you play with this automation thing, there's a couple of things that you have to put in place. So like for every solution that you solve, there's going to be another set of problems that come along with it. And that is so true.
Yeah, man, that's so for the person who struggles with, I just need to get appointments. I need more get appointments. And here you are able to not just get an appointment, but also completely do it, hands-free. It's an advanced, or at least your approach is not. Could somebody who just started the notary business do what you just did? I guess that's what I'm saying. Is this advanced, or is this at the same time?
It's advanced for cats that don't know about it, right? Like if you never got exposed to it, it would seem like it's some advanced shit. But
almost impossible, probably.
Yeah, right. But if if this is, once you get exposed to it and you give it a shot and you try it, then you're like, oh man, like because people, even myself, I have to be very careful with the stories I tell myself in my own head. Some of my stories that I may say to myself can be so compelling that it enables me, right? It freezes me up. It invokes so much fear that I never take a chance on it. So you have to be very careful with the story you tell yourself. But that's why I will pay for a mentor and I don't care, guru, whatever you want to call it, because there's some, even millionaires run into mental blockage where they cannot move to that next level because the story that they've been telling themselves is so strong that they're frozen. They're frozen in midair, and they need somebody to walk them through it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's only advanced if you look at it as so.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would say if you're not doing something like that, then are you really running the notary business? Because the person called and say, "Hey, I just booked an appointment, and I paid $229, $140, or $79, and my car got charged," and you have nothing to refer back to or to book to say, well, now you're kind of arguing back and forth with this client, whereas you should ask a simple question: "Hey, did you see the bunny?" You're like, "No." They're like, "Well, we didn't get your appointment." All right. You can also, because somebody will call and say, "I just booked an appointment. I just want to make sure that it went through." Like, I remember a call coming through like that. "Hi, I'm just calling to say I was on your website, booked the appointment, and I got it, and I just want to see if we get through." And I'm like, "I don't see nothing."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They're like, "Oh, let me check my credit card." They check their credit card on the phone, right? They're like, "Oh, I don't see anything. I guess it didn't go through. I wonder what happened." And that's where we talk about like issues with PayPal and all that stuff. And
yep.
Getting away from their ass. But having that though, now you got a business. Now you have these processes. And yeah, it's not a bad problem. It's a good problem. And you know, if you never got introduced to that, then if you never seen it happen, then I can see how people could be skeptical isn't the word, maybe just reluctant to even try it because they, like you said, they just freeze themselves. They're handcuffed because of the story they tell themselves. That's yeah. I mean, it happens at all levels too. I mean, I go through that stuff as well. And you're right. Unless there's some way to sort of break that chain, or at least to get out of that, get out of your way. It may be years, man. Maybe months.
Because if these are skills, if you don't use it, you lose it. Right? If you are learning a new skill and you don't apply that skill, you don't execute on that skill, yeah, sure, you're going to make a couple of mistakes. You're probably going to, you know, fumble the ball a little bit and stutter, but you will only get better, like for real, like you'll only get better. And getting comfortable asking a person to that your company policy is to get payment up front, or better yet, if payment doesn't go through your automation sequence, you can take the payment over the phone. I remember when I first did it, I was shaky, bro. I was shaky and asking the person to give me their credit card information over the phone, because I know that wasn't a normal thing in this industry.
No.
Right. So I was curious, but I was a bit shaky at the same time because I wanted to see how the customer would react. But here's what trumps all of that is that people are used to the new way of buying at this point. Now, if I did that 15 years ago and started asking people for their credit card over the phone and stuff like that, they may be a bit apprehensive on doing that. But, you know, like just think about all of these places like Amazon or Walmart or Target asking you for your credit card information. You would, 15 years ago, you'd be like, I ain't giving them my credit card information and they gotta run it up and all of this crazy stuff, right? Now, you probably got Roku, Amazon, Walmart, Sheen, Forever 21. You got all of these guys holding on to your credit card. Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, all of these cats, like, they know your credit card and your purchasing habits better than you.
Yeah.
Right? So at this point in the era that we live in, people are very comfortable with giving you their credit card and they never talk to you. If they talk to you, even better, you'll have an even higher chance of getting their credit card over the phone. I know Dawn closes people and get their credit card over the phone every time. That's her thing. She does it religiously when she gets a sales call. And it worked, and she's done it so often that it's natural. It's like water, it just flows. Okay, you want to do it? All right. What is your credit card number? What would you like to use? Visa, MasterCard, or American Express? It just flows with her. Then you have other people, and I also wanted to say this too, Tech. There's not just one way of, carving the pumpkin. I'm gonna stop saying
skinning the cat.
Skinning the cat. I like cats. I don't want to skin a cat, right? So carving the pumpkin. There's a million ways to carve the pumpkin. And like you have people, you know, like we have students that will charge up front, and they'll get the credit card, they'll get a simple pen and paper, and they'll write down the credit card number and, you know, security code, zip code or whatever, and then they destroy the paperwork after they're done, right? Then you have other people that will that feel very comfortable with giving the price over the phone, and then they send the link. That's me. I do that too. And then you have other people that will send a link and have the computer dictate the price to the customer. There's no wrong way. The only wrong way is when you don't close the deal. That's the only wrong way, when you spend all of that time with the customer or client and you don't close the deal.
Amazing.
That's the wrong way. But as far as you, every time the client makes that transactions and process, that is a win. You should have a bell in your office, and you ring the bell every time that motherfucker goes through. Bing, 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 bing. Because it's a win.
Yes.
It really is a win. The fulfillment part is the easiest part. Drive, notarize the document, you're ready. You're done. You getting the money from the client to get the client to pull out their wallet and pay for and make that transaction go through, that's a different story.
Yeah, these are sales strategies, and these are business strategies and techniques that are just not being utilized in the notary industry. And we know this because we work with several notaries all around the country, and we know that the people who are, I guess, missing this information, they're sharing information that is very good and very knowledgeable, but it's not this, you know what I mean? Like, this is more of a, when people are looking in the industry, to me, or to looking to start a business, and people come into the notary public industry, you know, for whatever reason, to get income, to have a business, to be in the community, to be, you know, to learn other industries like real estate, or to become loan officers, whatever it is. But for majority of people who want to do this as a business, like, we're talking to them, like, these are strategies right here, like, you know, understanding the type of trends that are happening, not just in the industry itself, but on a wide perspective with people in their own lives. They're used to using credit cards and paying for things electronically. They expect that from you, because if you are not doing these things, then, you know, are you a dinosaur? You know, are you outdated? Are you trustworthy? You know, do you have a record? You know, do you have a track record? Not like a record as in a felon or anything like that, but I'm saying, you know, the established businesses show that, you know, you just, are you doing this? Are you just somebody who my auntie knows and told me to go see, or are you somebody who is contacted by people looking to transact real business? You know, I need a power of attorney. I need to get this done. I need to go get this done. Am I being charged up front, or am I expected to hand over a stack of 20s, you know, to this person who shows up at my house? It's been done like that for a long, long, long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they incorporating the right amount of technology into your business shows growth and how mature you are in your business. Clients love that you can make their life so much easier. We have a baby boomer that wants to tap into more of the Generation X and millennial segment. Those guys move different. The principles stay the same, though. Don't get it twisted. The strategies may change a little bit. The the techniques and the tactics may change slightly, but the principles stay the same. You still have to listen to your customer, because your customer is your number one way of gathering intelligence. If you just figure out, like, this person's going to call and I am gonna tell them what they need. Like, I need to get an affidavit done. No, you don't. You need to get a power of attorney done. Like, that don't even make any sense. You should, the principles still say the same. Your customer should be talking 90% of the time. You should be only talking 10% of the time. And when you do talk, your questions are on point. Like, you're asking the right questions. You're not asking, because customers know if you're asking questions like a rookie.
Yes.
They just know. Wouldn't you know if somebody came to your house and they're like, "Oh, you just started, didn't you?"
Yeah.
I went into me and the wife had date lunch yesterday, and we went to Panera, and without even saying anything, we knew the girl was getting trained at the cashier, right? Because she knew nothing. She didn't have a system yet, and the managers were around her coaching her. But before they started coaching her, it was clear that she just started.
Yeah.
Went to Little Caesars, saw this guy cutting the pizza, and I was like, this dude is new. He doesn't even know how to cut the pizza. Now, when you remove the visual aid of it, and all you have to go by is the phone, guess what sense? Which part of your senses get heightened? You're listening.
Yes.
So when you're on the phone with that client is listening for assurance. They're listening for confidence. They're listening to see how professional you are. And if you're able to navigate this situation, which they may find it to be daunting, can you navigate them to the promised land? And if anything sketchy comes up, they'll be quick to tell you, "I'll call you back."
Yeah. You wonder why that happens so much.
They're professionals at saying, "I'll call you back." They're letting you down slowly and politely because they care about your feelings. Instead of them saying, "You sound like an idiot and you don't know what you're doing," they'll just tell you, "I'll call you back."
Yeah, it's real, man. It's you know, is that an issue that people get a lot? Oh man, people keep telling me that they keep that my price is too high, or I need to go to or I just go to UPS store, or yeah, no, that ain't what that's what they say, right? What they're saying, but what they're expressing is, I don't have the confidence that, or the confirmation from you that you can get this done either for what I expected, or at the time I needed it, or there's just something. I'm just checking prices. I'll call you back, right? That's what they say, but really, they still gonna get that notary done. They still gonna go. It's gonna get done somewhere, right? So why wasn't it you? Because this is their sense, like you said, they're listening for what is that I was expecting to get. Well, some people never use a notary before, but for the person who's never ever used a notary, they definitely need that hand holding, because they really don't know what to expect. So if they hear anything that's unusual, and that's why people don't want to pay a lot of money, because they're like, "I never done it before. You charge how much? Shit, you sound like you charge 20. It should be for free. It should be $5. Nah, there's a systematic way you got to go through it. Get coaching. The person at the cashier. Listen, you gotta crawl before you walk, or you gotta walk before you crawl before you walk. You can't just come out the gate and just know everything.
Right.
Right? It's trial and error. You get down, you get back up. but it's very clear who has actually done this for a little bit and now, and the ones who are kind of just now figuring it out. The domino or leader scissors pizza guy, perfect example. Yeah, you start in the back and kind of work your way up. By the time you know it, you could be doing all three. You could be filling up the salad bar, doing the cash register, and got the pizza in the oven. Obviously, that wouldn't happen, but that's how proficient you are. And you know, at that point, now you start talk about the notary business. Now you start replacing yourself. You start doing more automation. Now, because you know how to answer the phone, let a robot answer the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, Tech, I know you got to run, brother. So I appreciate you jumping on this live and talking to the people.
No doubt, no doubt. If you stay on, I'm gonna go tap back in and listen.
All right, cool.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah, I'm about to go into some QVC training too.
Let's do it, man. Good shit.
All right, bro. All right. So I want you guys know I'd like to go over QVC because QVC is, in my opinion, one of the most advanced selling platforms to exist in years. And when I say QVC, I'm also, saying HSN and stuff like that. But what's it? Okay, in a second. I'll be up there in a second.
No, downstairs.
Okay.
We put in the fridge. Where I work at.
Okay.
Like to my table.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're looking at QVC right now, right? And you as entrepreneurs, you can learn so much from businesses that are completely unrelated to the businesses from the business that you actually offer. I learn so much from different businesses every day that like there's no shortage of great ideas. Like I'll go to Sam's Club and realize that Sam's Club will start rolling out their holiday stuff. Immediately I go into, all right, I need to roll out my holiday specials for my business, the notary business, right? And QVC is another great, wonderful way. So you can look at gift cards, right? They offer gift cards. You can create your own gift card on Canva and make it a digital format. Or you can have Canva creates, I think you could create some of the cards too on Canva. And then as you're going to your customers, once you notarize the document, leave them a gift card or a voucher, which I'm actually going to start doing. I'm going to start creating vouchers for customers that I actually go visit. And then I'll leave them like a 20% gift voucher for their next order. So these are great ideas that you can use to market your notary business or whatever business that you're in. Another thing that I wanted to start rolling out, I kind of have to do some segmentation for it, is this right here, is the business, not business, happy birthday. You know how you receive certain emails for birthdays and it'll be like, Golden Corral or something, or Texas Roadhouse to say, oh, it's your birthday, here, get a blooming onion appetizer on us. Those things are so effective, man, because you go in there for a free blooming onion and then you wind up ordering a steak, potatoes, drink, and wind up leaving a tip. These are very effective. If you can get your customer's birthday and send them emails wishing them happy birthday, it's very effective. Insurance companies have done it for years. It's very, very effective. So look at that. We already got two great things just off of QVC. Go to qvc.com or hsn.com. They will give you so much inspiration and so many great ideas to incorporate in your business. And you don't have to do all of this at once. Take your time in rolling it out. Look, they have Hispanic Heritage Month. they capitalize off of holidays. So now we're in fall Halloween. Look, they already have Black Friday deals going on. They don't play games, y'all. They do not play any games. Let's take a look. I want to watch some of their live TV. So here's something that I did. I wanted to share this with you guys real quick. So QVC, HSN started rolling out these Lifetime type movies. They like have movies now, right? And what is funny is as the story, and there's some pretty good stories too. I think they only have like 3 or 4 of those movies. So while you're watching these stories, they'll go into little commercial breaks and then sell you some of the items that are featured in the movie. Now, what I got from that as a marketer entrepreneur was people gravitate towards stories. Stories have more lasting power. And if you can incorporate a product from that story, you're winning on that. And let me explain what that looks like. So you're probably going to see that movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now that movie just started off as, you know, as a movie, right? It started off as a little animated movie. It did well in the box office. Next thing I know, they started rolling out Nightmare Before Christmas cookbook, then a Nightmare Before Christmas coloring book, illustration book. Now they have socks, hoodies, jackets, notebooks, book bags. All of the merchandise have rolled out from that one movie. Why? Because people can relate more to the story. Now, what if they did it in reverse? People wouldn't be attracted to that brand as much because there was no story to attach to it. That makes sense? So when you, as a notary entrepreneur, is rolling out your promotional campaign, I'm gonna give you guys a really good tip. Let me stop the share real quick. I'm gonna give you guys a real good tip. What I would do with clients is when I would go to a client's home, I would find out as much detail as I can, as far as like, what is the scenario? What does it look like? Right? I would find out, let's just use an example, a power of attorney. I get a phone call from a Hispanic lady who is a mother of 2, who is looking to do a power of attorney on one of her kids that happen to be mentally disabled, right? I would, once I leave that home, I would create a similar story to create as a post or maybe a video, or I'll make it a post and put it on Google business listing. And it would say something like, when I needed a notary to do a power of attorney for my mentally disabled son, I called US Notary Agency and they came out and did it the same day. And I would capture things that popped out to me. And so, I would also add an image of a Hispanic family, right? And I would I wish I could show it to you guys. I don't have it queued up to pull it up for you guys. But you know what? Let me see if I have that. I want to show you what that looks like, because I think it will be very helpful for you guys. And it will actually bring a lot of sales, because that story will captivate other people. Yeah, I don't have it pulled up, so I'll do it on the next Notary Live for you guys. But if you're going to other customers' homes, capture the story, write it down on a notepad or a sticky note or something like that. And when you get home, you go to Canva. That's what I'll do. I should have it on Canva. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull it up on Canva for you so you can see that. It was very, very helpful in boosting my sales up. And it didn't take a lot of effort. Matter of fact, you can finish one of these posts in a matter of like 2-3 minutes, because all you really have to do is set up a template and then inject the story and change an image. I'll pull it up for you to show you what that looks like. And by the way, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and drop a comment or a question, and I'd be more than happy to answer that for you guys. Let me pull this up. While I'm pulling this up, just want to make a quick couple of announcements. We're going to be doing another Notary War Room. Dawn Velez is going to be the host, and she's bringing on a tax credit specialist. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to happen this October. Also, we are bringing on another guest on a Notary War Room by the name of Notary Ninja. Some of you guys may be familiar with Notary Ninja. He's going to be a guest on the Notary War Room very soon. So be on the lookout for that as well. And if you guys have not gotten the Notary Special Ops Workbook, the link is in the description. It has call scripts. It has call script videos of closing live deals. Tons of bonuses, mega bonuses attached to that. It is the only workbook you will ever need in this notary business. It has what you need to close deals effectively, and not at these low bidding prices that some notaries are doing, $50, $35. Stop doing that, y'all. Stop closing these deals. Like the value you're bringing to the table is far more valuable than what you're charging. If you're charging $35, $50, $65, you're doing yourself an injustice. You're doing your business an injustice as well. Let me see if I can pull this up. Where is it? It's like buried. Let me see if we have any questions on YouTube. Nope, we're good. Yeah, let me show you my screen so you can go through it with me. Okay, where is it? And if you don't have Canva Premium, I would highly suggest getting Canva Premium. There's so much more features that you can get with that. And it's fun. It doesn't take that long. So what I would suggest as a, if you're a novice to designing work, just create a simple template where you can just update it. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Actually, the more simple, the better. The more simple it is, the better. See, you guys could see that I would have my holiday banners ready, my flyers. This is for the Halloween, and all I would have to do, once it's created, it's saved into the archive, and then all I have to do is update it. Take advantage of the holiday seasons. People are looking for deals around the holidays. Sometimes all you have to do is show up. That's like 90% of it. Like, just show up. Let me know that you guys are doing business around this time. Like, I have the Happy Independence Day right there. And then there would be some type of offer that they would get. When you are creating something, you must entertain your audience. Even though this business is a legal business and you would think that it's dull and boring, people aren't interested in dull and boring. They're looking for some type of entertainment. You have to entertain them. You just have to. Otherwise, they will not open any of your emails. They won't be interested in anything you have going on. They'll unsubscribe to you. It must be entertaining. Okay, so I cannot find it. I know it's on here, but I'll use this as an example. I'll use this as an example. So when you're creating some type of like promotion for your business, what I would do is, depending on the situation, I would put an image, because people will read from the left to right. Okay, so you want to put your text on the left side of, whatever the post is going to look like, or flyer or banner. You put a short story right in here, and then you put the image of the actual person that you did the notarization for. So if I did a a passport for a Middle Eastern family, I would have a Middle Eastern family right where you see Bruce Lee's face at, and then I would do a short story about the notarization that I did. But I would talk about it as if I'm the customer. So, needed to get a passport done or a guardianship for my daughter. And I called U.S. Notary Agency on Thursday. They came out Friday and notarized the document. Very pleased with their work. Very simple, nothing crazy. The story doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could be I think the best story is the real life situation that you actually experienced. If not, if you don't have any real life situations, look at, pull up notaries in your area and look for someone that has a lot of testimonials, right? And look to see what customers actually liked about their notary. But more importantly, look for things that people didn't like about their notary. And you can start crafting out a story off of that. So let's just say you looked up some notaries and it said, you looked at some of the comments or the rating of the notary, and it was like, the notary showed up a half an hour late, an hour late, right? Now you write down punctuality. Now you could actually create a story and say, on time, every time. We'll be like, we'll show up 10 minutes before the appointment. That's how on time we are. You can turn that into an advantage for yourself. Another one could be the notary was unprepared, didn't even have ink in their pens. You can turn that around and say something like, always prepared. Our supplies are, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. You'll figure that part out. But you can turn it around where you can take a negative that someone like another notary had, and then create a solution for that problem. When I first started in the notary business, that's exactly what I did. I not only looked for the positive comments of what people liked about their notary that serviced them, but I would also look for the negative stuff that was going on with notaries and what people disliked. And I would just create a solution for that situation. So I hope this was helpful, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are looking for additional resources, look in the description tab and you'll be able to find out exactly what we have going on. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, peace, love, and happiness.